Bible says that God is in a business of seeking, meaning there are not many. God is in a business of seeking for those who worship him in truth. There are people who can be worshiping God, but they know inside they are different. But God is seeking. And if you are seeking something, that means it's not easily available. And so the true worshippers, the people who praises God until he comes down and do what that person need to be done. Seeking. He is seeking. He is seeking you and me to do what? To be worshippers unto him. If you see even the people who do not know God, the worldly people, the ungodly, the witches, and those who believe in other gods, do you know they worship those gods that we worship our God? They sacrifice even human beings. They do anything. I remember a story which is true and was told some times back. And it was about a woman who was in India. She had 2 sons, young sons. She got the first one and then the second one. And one of the sons was crippled. He was a cripple. And a time came for worship. And you know Indians, they can do anything. They go to worship. They worship anything. And so there's one of the rivers where they do such. And so this woman went with her 2 sons at that river to worship one of her gods. Do you know what she did? She went there and said, God, I cannot give you a cripple. I want to give you the whole and the strong and the beloved son I have. And so what did this woman do? She threw the son in the river. It's a big, big river, not like our rivers. That was a worship to somebody who does know true God. I believe God is calling you and me to be worshipers. Even as we intercede and pray for, because when we are praying, sure, most of the time we are praying for the needs, the things we want to see God do, isn't it? But when we are worshiping him, we are calling on him. We are telling him, God, I cannot do without you. I need you in my situation. And do you know when he comes, he can never leave you the same. He cannot leave that house without food. And Jen is a witness. He comes. You know, there are people who think those miracles used to happen those days. No. Every miracle which used to happen can happen, and it will happen, and it will continue to happen to those who worship God in truth and in spirit and believe in him that he is God. Let us be that. Let us be worshipers. Let us lift God above everything else. Some of us may lift our families above God. We treasure them. It's good to love your children, your husband, or your wife. But let me tell you, they should not take the place of God. God is worth more than our families. Do you agree with me? It is true. And we have a very good example by the name Abraham. When God needed a sacrifice. And he comes. Because sometimes he will come to see, to test you. To see how much you can sacrifice, you can worship him. And after many years of Abraham waiting for a son, it was 100 years. And the son comes. The son of promise. And when this son had grown a bit, God comes and says, can you sacrifice for me your only beloved son? In other words, the one you have waited for so long. I need him. But it was a test. to see whether this Abraham really is he a worshiper. Does he love me? Or does he treasure more now the son he has? Because there are even some people who promises God, if you do this for me, I'll do this for you. And once they have it, they leave, they forget and start going on with other things. But look at Abraham. He told his son, hey, we are going for a journey. He never told Sarah, because Sarah would not have accepted. You know, your relationship with God, it's not yours with your husband or your wife or your child. Your deeper relationship is between you and that God. You and God, you have secrets. There are things you have, you can only share with him. And so, Abraham, you know the story. I don't have to continue from there. But God did not want to kill that son of promise. And when Abraham passed the test, God says, Abraham, don't. And you had already taken up the panga or the sword or whatever, the knife, to sacrifice the son. And, you know, not just a simple sacrifice. Put him on the fire. Can we treasure God like that? Do you know he has never changed? He is still the same God. Let us be lovers of God who are ready for anything, who cannot deny Christ, especially now when we are living in a time when many of us will be told to deny. And the devil does not come straight away and tell you deny Jesus. That time may reach, but he will come in many other ways. Some of us, we treasure our ministries more than we treasure God. We treasure our church, my members. You know, you have no member, not even one. Members of what? Did you die for any? Don't they belong to Jesus? Haven't we stolen from Jesus and made them ours? I'm talking to ministers because you are all ministers. I believe this is the time to come and change and become what God called you to be. And as we become, our life will never be the same again. The Lord will lift us in another level. You will not leave this conference tomorrow the same person. The Lord will do it for you. And you'll have a covenant with him. May God remember us. God did something which I just want to mention. In that conference we had invited. By the way, I said we had invited because I was in that committee. I was part of that. I don't know why the Lord had always. And so we had invited people, young, from high schools, all those, and they had come so many. And among them, there was a young girl who was in Form 3. And she came to attend the conference from an Anglican church. And the majority of us were from either Presbyterian, Anglican, or whatever. And this young girl, as the minister was ministering, and you know, the last day, this man of God comes and he said, you came and you left a sick person at home. I want all those who left somebody at home sick and you want to see that person healed. Bring your handkerchiefs, bring your whatever you have. I just pray for them and you go and just thank God and lay it on that person. And so people took. And among them there was that young girl. I think she had a seat, not a I don't know. I swear. What did she take? I think she took. Because we were with her in that camp. And so she took it. And they were all prayed for. And she believed now when she goes home, a grandmother who had been a cripple, I don't know for how long. But Kenyatta Hospital sometimes used to come, I don't know, either to pick her for what or so that. I don't know the other story. She, from Joro High School, after the camp, she went straight to her grandmother's place here in Banana Hills. And she, she just, even how you are inappropriate, speaking tongues and all that. But she went and laid that sweater on the grandmother. And the grandmother jumped and started walking. And And I think those people from the hospital, I don't know whether it's the same day they had come or what, to get her. And everybody had this woman. Oh, we know. That's what has happened. And the revival broke in Banana. That even the newspaper, Nation newspaper, one day they had a photo. Those days we used to wear miniskirts. We used to wear up to here. And they said a miniskirt girl. You know, no, it started by Jesus of Nazareth in Banana Hill. And then they'll bring the picture of a miniskirt girl who prayed for this. What am I saying? We had you and me. And majority you maybe are saying, you are young, you can do it. Let me tell you, you will do it if you believe. If you believe, you are not coming here for nothing. Let your faith be lifted. Don't look at others. Look unto Jesus. God has come to equip us. And he is ready for you. Be ready for him. Don't allow anything to pass you by. Believe God. And you'll see the impossibilities becoming possible. For with God, nothing is impossible.